Hello Internet, welcome to another tutorial on data and computer networks. In today's tutorial we'll discuss IP version 6. It's just a primer of IP version 6, why IP version 6 was designed, what were the limitations of IP version 4, and what is the structure of IP version 6 and how do we abbreviate it. And if this is something that interests you, then please keep watching. Now, IP version 6 was designed to overcome the limitations of IP version 4. As you all know, IP version 4 used to have 4 octets for addressing. Courtesy 4 octets, we used to have a few classes. In IP version 4, we used to have a few classes like class A, B, and C for users to use in both private and public domain. Class A used to be the biggest in terms of hosting clients, and class C used to be the smallest with just 1 octet reserved for host IDs. But there was a limit to how many networks could be created and how many hosts could be attached to each network, even after using techniques of subnetting and supernetting. So in other words, despite all short-term solutions such as classless addressing, DHCP, NAT, we used to do all kinds of stuff to eradicate limitations of IP version 4, but the problem of address depletion I'm writing down the key points here that you could discuss in technical discussions or in interviews. So the problem of address depletion still persisted on the internet, and there were other problems like lack of accommodation for real-time audio and video transmission. So the other problem was lack of accommodation of real-time audio and video. Again, the third point was there were some issues in encryption and authentication. So these were the issues which actually motivated us for IP version 6. Nowadays you find IP version 6 in real ISP address allocation. For example, in India, most of the geo connections, if you type my IP in Google, it'll show an IP version 6 allocated to your device. So the penetration of IP version 6 in real world is happening, and it might just overtake everything in very small, in very little time. Now we'll talk about the structure of IP version 6. It consists of 16 bytes, or you may call it octets. So in other words, it is 128 bit long, as opposed to IP version 6, which was 32-bit long. So a typical hexadecimal IP address, please understand IP version 4 was expressed in decimal, but IP version 6 is expressed as a hexadecimal IP address. And it looks something like this. I'll write down a sample IP address. So it has 16 bytes grouped in 8 words, because each of these 2-byte groups is known as word, and you can see it's written in hexadecimal notation. You can see hexadecimal IP address, IP version 6 address is very long, and had it been expressed in decimal, this would have taken even huger space. So what we can do is we can abbreviate the IP version 6 address. There are a few rules that we can apply to abbreviate this IP address to make it short, and the first rule is the leading zeros of a section can be omitted. And then we have, if we have a group of 4 zeros, you can simply use a colon by skipping all the zeros, provided you have a group of zeros just like the way we have in the example. So what I'll do is I'll first abbreviate it using omission of all leading zeros. That will make it as FTEC 74 0 0 0 B0 FF 0 and FFFF. Now the second rule says that if you have consecutive zeros between the colons, that can be replaced further like this. So that makes the address a little shorter and easier to be used as an identifier if you wish to give it to your friend or somebody else. So that was a small little primer about IP version 6, its adaptability, its current scenario, why it evolved, and its structure, its format, and its abbreviation. I hope this quick tutorial helped you, and if it did, then please click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, and you have a very good day and a good life ahead. Bye.